Welcome back to the channel. Today, we are tackling a very influential arc among the JoJo's Bizarre Adventure fandom, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, Stone Ocean. Stone Ocean is a 6-part in Hirohiko Araki's long-running franchise. It continues the Joestar family saga and follows the adventures of Jolene Kujo, the daughter of Jotaro Kujo, who was framed for a crime she didn't commit and sent to the infamous Green Dolphin Street prison in Florida. We'll get into this a little later, but before we get any further, make sure to subscribe to this channel and don't forget to hit that bell icon so you never miss another update. Now without further ado, let's get it. JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Stone Ocean was created by Hirohiko Araki. The manga was first published by Shueisha in Weekly Shonen Jump magazine from December 7, 1999 to April 8, 2003. The anime adaptation was produced by David Productions and began streaming worldwide on Netflix starting December 1, 2021, releasing its episode in batches and totaling 38 episodes. So let's get into the story. It's 2011 and 10 years after the events of Golden Wind. Jolene Kujo was a regular 19-year-old girl until her boyfriend Romeo hits someone with his fancy car. Romeo says, "Hey Jolene, help me hide the body." And she says, okay. Because love makes people do dumb stuff. Of course, that plan goes downhill. The cops show up, and Romeo's family is rich and shady. So they frame Jolene for the crime. She goes to court where her lawyer is about as trustworthy as a raccoon in a trash can. The lawyer's like, surprise, you get 15 years in prison because the victim was alive when she and Romeo tossed him. Side note, if your BF has you catching bodies for him, maybe stop dating Florida mans. Before she gets locked away, she receives 2 gifts. Personal items from her mom, and a pendant from her estranged dad, Jotaro Kujo. When Jolene pricks her finger on it, something is unleashed, a special power that gives her a stand. It turns out the pendant was a shard from the stand arrow, which basically gives her the ability to summon a cool fighting spirit that can do mystical stuff. In her case, spin a thin strand of thread from her body, capable of enhancing her senses and attack range. But let's not get too fancy with the words yet. The prison bus is waiting. So Jolene arrives at Green Dolphin Street Prison, also called the Aquarium. Inside, Jolene befriends Hermes Costello, a tough inmate with a quick temper. Hermes also touched the arrow shard and got a stand called Kiss, which produces stickers to duplicate objects. If Hermes slaps a sticker on your phone, you now have 2 phones. Once she removes the sticker, the copies smash into each other. Boom! Talk about a weird superpower. Hermes teaches Jolene the biggest prison secret. Money buys everything. You want better food? Pay up. You want respect? Pay some more. If you can't pay, well, you might eat stale bread forever. Jolene, now stuck in this bizarre new world, has to learn fast or get wrecked by the system. Jolene's cellmate Gwes is a total wacko who can shrink people with her stand Goo Goo dolls. Gwes tries to turn Jolene into a tiny little minion, stuffing her into a dead rat. But Jolene's new power, now known as Stone Ocean, aka Stone Free, smacks Gwes around like a piñata. Jolene's not about playing games. Skipping ahead, Jolene hears from a strange boy in a baseball uniform named Emporio. He pops up out of nowhere and says, "Hey, do not go to the visitation room tomorrow." But does Jolene listen? Of course not. The next day, she goes and boom, it's her estranged daddy, Jotaro Kujo, who's come to warn her. A blind sniper named Jangali A plotted all this to get revenge on Jotaro for killing the Joestar's arch nemesis and his idol, Dio Brando. Suddenly, bullets fly from afar. Jolene and Jotaro dodge like crazy, only to be attacked by a terrifying stand called White Snake. It steals 2 discs from Jotaro's body. One holds his memories, and the other holds his stand Star Platinum. Without them, Jotaro collapses. Horrified, Jolene sends him away to the Speedwagon Foundation to keep him alive. Then marches back into prison, determined to get those stolen discs and fix Jotaro. Because that's what you do for family. Some clues lead Jolene to the prison's swampy farm. A rumor says White Snake's user stashes stolen stand discs in old tractor tires out there. So Jolene and Hermes join a search party, but are wearing explosive bracelets that detonate if they stray too far from the guard in the prison. They run into Foo Fighters, aka FF, a stand that's actually intelligent plankton. FF can possess dead bodies and talk, which is equal parts cool and disturbing. Tasked with guarding the disc, FF battles Jolyne, but eventually respects her honor. Jolyne decides to spare FF instead of stomping him out, and grateful, FF joins the team and inhabits the body of a dead inmate. FF even helps locate Jotaro's stand disc, though his memory disc is still missing. Hoping to sneak Jotaro's stand disc outside, Jolyne arranges a pickup with the Speedwagon Foundation, but an inmate named Mirashan pops up, offering a bet. Can Jolyne and friends toss a baseball 100 times without dropping it? Her stand, Mary Lynn Manson, enforces any debt if you lose, even ripping out organs to settle the score. Hermes, always hungry for quick cash, agrees to double or nothing. Soon, the challenge grows to 1,000 tosses, and cheating can get your liver stolen. Even when a guard tries to sabotage them, Jolyne outsmarts Mirashan by letting her own stand do the final catches. Mirashan then loses, and Jolyne wins her freedom, plus Hermes' organs back. Behind the scenes, the prison's head priest, Father Enrico Pucci, listens to everyone's phone calls and monitors Jolyne's actions. Turns out, Pucci is White Snake's user, and a devoted follower of Dio. His big goal? Some plan about achieving heaven, which sounds sweet, but is definitely not. Jolyne heads to the courtyard to finally pass Jotaro's stand disc to a Speedwagon Foundation carrier pigeon, and Father Pucci pretends to be helpful but orders one of his minions to shoot her. As Jolyne bleeds, an ally named Weather Report summons a rain of poisonous dart frogs, and frogs start dropping like the sky like gooey bullets, taking out the sniper. Though wounded, Jolyne successfully delivers the disc. Pucci's plan to keep it fails, but Jolyne still needs Jotaro's memory disc to save his mind. Meanwhile, Father Pucci recruits a gangster named Sports Maximum to do something shady with one of Dio's bones. Wait. Are we dealing with Father Diddy? Or Father Pucci, talking about dig up one of Dio's bones and do something freaky with it? Hermes reveals she came to prison for revenge on Sports Max. He's a lowlife who murdered her sister. Hermes drowns him in a sewer pipe. However, his stand, Limp Bizkit, animates invisible zombies of anything dead, like gators and birds. Suddenly, Jolyne, Hermes, and FF face invisible creatures gnawing at them. They manage to corner Sports Max's invisible corpse in the prison mausoleum. Hermes, furious over her sister's death, risks her own safety, letting him bite her head so that she can pinpoint his location and pummel him into dust. Then they recover Max's memory disc. Meanwhile, it turns out Pucci told Sports Max to use Dio's bone for some insane plan that's not over yet. Jolyne, wanting that bone, gets transferred to the punishment ward, and a new recruit, Narciso Anasui, who is super in love with Jolyne at first sight, decides to help. In the punishment ward, strange stand battles rage on. One inmate transforms after touching the bone, sprouting leaves and fusing with the environment. The bone itself morphs into a green baby bearing the Joestar birthmark, just like Jolyne and the rest of her family. Elsewhere, Pucci sends stand users to eliminate Jolyne. One unleashes Survivor, making everyone violently angry. Jolyne battles a raging guard, deflecting meteor strikes from his stand, Planet Waves, using his own boot to take him out. Amid the chaos, she notices the weird green baby growing stronger under the sunlight. After this, Pucci orders an assassin named D&G and his stand Yo-Yo Ma after Jolyne. Yo-Yo Ma acts polite, but spits acid that melts its victims. Meanwhile, FF tries to track down D&G to kill him and shut off Yo-Yo Ma's power. FF corners D&G, only to find Father Pucci. FF realizes Pucci is White Snake, aka Pale Snake in the dubs, user. Before FF can phone a friend, Pucci boils the water FF needs to live, killing FF. Meanwhile, the green baby fuses with Pucci after he recites 14 weird phrases he learned from Dio. Pucci evolves, escaping Jolyne's grasp yet again. Jolyne tries to beat him, but he distracts her by throwing Jotaro's memory disc at a dying Anasui. She has to choose, let her die or chase Pucci. She saves Anasui, so Pucci gets away. Damn it, Jolyne, you're too nice. Jolyne's like, enough prison, I gotta chase that priest. The prison's head guard, Mew Mew, stands in her way. Mew Mew's stand, Jailhouse Lock, scrambles short-term memory so you can only remember 3 pieces of info at once. She writes notes, draws pictures, anything to stay focused. Eventually, she spots Mew Mew, knocks her out, and ends the mind scramble. Finally, Jolene, Hermes, and Emporio escape Green Dolphin Street Prison. At the same time, Anasui and Weather Report also leave. Their goal is simple: to stop Father Pucci from whatever madness he's planning at Cape Canaveral. On the road, we find out Pucci ran into 3 shady guys in a hospital. Surprise, they're Dio's sons! Because Dio apparently started a daycare for future villains. The secret sons of Dio include Ungolo and his stand Bohemian Ecstatic, aka Bohemian Rhapsody. It brings fictional characters to life. Fairy tales, cartoons, if you recognize them, they can drag you into the stories. Weather Report uses a clever trick by inventing a brand new character that sucks all others back into their fictional worlds, freeing people from the mess. Raquel and his stand Sky High controls mysterious rods that siphon body heat. Jolene beats him by literally setting herself on fire and punching him until he cracks. He babbles about Pucci's unstoppable destiny. And the final son, Donatello Versus, and his stand Netherworld, which digs up memories of past events, like plane crashes, and forces people to relive them. Jolene and Hermes get trapped in a 2005 crash memory, but survive thanks to clever illusions and Emporio's research. Cornered, Versus tries a final trick, returning Weather Report's stolen memories, hoping Weather's full power will cause chaos. Now remembering everything, Weather becomes moody and dangerous. Years ago, he was switched at birth and turned out to be Pucci's fraternal twin. Worse, he accidentally dated Pucci's younger sister, Perla.
Oh no!
Wait a minute. He did what? A tragedy that eventually led to Perla's death. Weather's rage awakened unstoppable snail-based powers, which begin turning bystanders into snails if they see rainbows. Pucci blinds himself to dodge the rainbow effect and battles Weather. Weather nearly kills him with frozen blood spikes, but Jolene's sudden arrival distracts him. Father Pucci exploits that moment to stab Weather, killing his brother. Pucci then heads to continue his final plan at Cape Canaveral. With Weather's death, Jolene collects her father's memory disc at last. She gives it to the Speedwagon Foundation, reviving Jotaro, who rushes to help. Together, Jolene, Jotaro, Hermes, Anasui, and Emporio head to Cape Canaveral, where Pucci's stand evolved into Sea Moon, capable of warping gravity. Standing near him can turn your body inside out, but Jolene avoids this by making her stand Stone Ocean form endless loops called Mobius strips. Each time Sea Moon tries to invert her, the loops reset. Girl's got the best geometry skills ever. Pucci then evolves his stand further into Made in Heaven, which speeds up time for the entire universe. Days pass in seconds. Oceans swirl like blenders. Pucci's so fast that Jotaro can't fully stop him, even with Star Platinum the world. He kills Jotaro, Hermes, and gravely wounds Anasui. Jolene then sacrifices herself, tying Emporio to a dolphin so he can escape. As time accelerates to the end of reality, the universe resets. Emporio wakes up in a slightly different version of Green Dolphin Street Prison, but Jolene, Jotaro, and the others are replaced by weird duplicates with new names. Pucci appears, declaring this new universe perfect because everyone knows their fate. He tries to kill Emporio to then tie up any loose ends. But Emporio has one final trick: Weather Report's stand disc. He slots it in, gaining Weather's powers, filling the room with pure oxygen. He poisons Pucci at hyperspeed. Pucci panics, begs Emporio to stop, but Emporio stands firm. Sorry buddy, your weird cosmic meltdown plan ends here. Pucci then dies, and so does his newly created universe. Time then resets again, this time without Father Pucci. We find Emporio at a gas station where he meets a kind girl named Irene, who looks just like Jolene. She has the Joestar mark on her shoulder too, but no memory of the previous universe. With her are people resembling Hermes and Anasui. They happily offer Emporio a ride, suggesting they are going to meet Irene's father. And that is the end of the story and the beginning of a new universe. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to stand the like button, stick or subscribe, and the bell icon so you never miss another update. Until next time, peace.